Hi, my name is Dr. Dutta and I'm a consultant neuropsychiatrist and a life wellness coach. I hold a degree MD in psychiatry, a DNB in psychiatry after my MBBS. I work with people, their emotional and mental well-being. COVID-19 has taken over the world. It's presently in the pandemic state, and as a doctor I realize the importance of staying home. I do hope that you and your loved ones are staying at home and being safe. Please ensure that you always cover your mouth while coughing or wear a mask when you're venturing out. Take special care of your immunity during these particular days. And don't forget to take care of your mind, your mental health. Often I find that mental health is very ignored. In fact, people find that it's okay to focus and go for yoga for their physical health or go to the gym to build abs and muscles. However, they just want to ignore and not even think about all the stress that they're taking onto their head and how that may be impacting their bodies and life. Now, why women's mental health? I know that we're all suffering right now. It's obviously difficult for each one of us. But I find women as a population far more stressed than the others. This could be due to so many reasons. One of the biggest reasons is that women in general are expected to follow way many more roles in our society. So whether you're married, unmarried, single, staying in a nuclear setup, or staying in a joint family. As a woman, in general, you would be expected to take up far more roles and responsibility. Add to it the expectation, the work from home, the constant chaos, and obviously not finding any time for yourself. There could be so many stresses at home. There could be difficulties with a partner in a relationship. And finally, it all amalgamates and takes a toll on your mental health. So we are here to address it, and we've got you covered. Now, as a wellness specialist, I conduct workshops, seminars, and one-on-one sessions to help people focus on themselves. Yes, women, we are here to help you focus on yourselves. I always say this and I swear by it. You cannot pour from an empty cup, which means that if you aren't happy, none of the members of your family are going to be happy. In fact, if you aren't happy, then you can't just have enough energy to lug on and try to even achieve anything that you want for your family members or your loved ones. So here's time to take charge, to take control, and follow these simple tips. Trust me, they're simple, very applicable, and make your life a better one. So here are simple, very realistic, applicable 10 tips. I call them the 10 P's that you can apply at home while staying indoors during lockdown and make sure that your wellness is taken care of. The first P is prioritize. I want more and more women to prioritize themselves. Yes, women do not prioritize themselves. They almost think that it's selfish when they put themselves first. Please remember, it's not selfish, it's self-centered and it's important. I just said you cannot pour from an empty cup. Do you know why most women in India have low hemoglobin? It's because women always serve themselves the food in the end. So as a result, even though we are eating green leafy vegetables, we're the last ones to put it on our plate. Hence, we end up eating very little. So I ask women, sometimes prioritize yourself, serve yourself first. It's not going to be frowned upon. Your children are going to be happy if you're going to be healthy, right? Also prioritize your sleep. I know many times we think we'll sleep after all the household chores are done. For this priority, you also need to learn to leave the perfectionism home. I know we're all trying to be perfect, and this is the second P. Do not try to be perfect always. It's okay to want the house clean. It's okay to want everything spick and span and right in its place. But to drive yourself over the edge because of this perfectionism and not have any time left for yourself, not fair. So try to be a little less perfect than you already are. I'm sure that your family wouldn't mind. I'm sure that you shouldn't mind. So try to be a little less perfect than you are trying to be right now. The next thing I want is prefer. Prefer to ask for help. Don't be a Wonder Woman always. Ask the men in your life for help. They may say no sometimes. They may say yes sometimes. You never know. Just choose to take help when it's provided. So many times we think that we can handle everything on our own, and it's not fair. It's not really true. So prefer to take help whenever it's possible. The next thing I want you to have is a potential virtual network. Of course, in lockdown, we're all shut at home. So have a potential virtual network of your friends, maybe on WhatsApp, maybe on Instagram, have a group chat, send each other a lot of tips, send each other this video if you'd like, send each other where the groceries are available, it's cheaper, send each other what places to avoid, what games to play with the children, how to make quick and easy food items with very limited resources at home. A potential virtual network is going to save you and make you very, very sane, and it's going to make you feel involved. You're also going to get an outlet where you can discuss with your friends all the things that you're going through. The next P is my favorite P, and that's physical activity. I know household chores are driving you nuts and that's enough physical activity for a day, but trust me, a little bit of physical activity time dedicated to yourself, in which maybe you put on your running shoes, maybe you take that skipping rope, maybe you just go for a walk on your terrace if you have one, maybe just doing a couple of Surya Namaskars or some downward dog poses or some yoga. Taking out 15 to 20 minutes of physical activity will help you with your wellness and sanity in this lockdown. My next tip is for PMS. I know it's a very important P in our life. PMS, or premenstrual syndrome, strikes about 30 to 50% of women. Most of them don't even know that they have it. Now, some of the symptoms may be mood symptoms, in the way of you may be feeling very, very irritable, you may be feeling very, very lethargic or down or even tearful and may cry easily. The physical symptoms may be bloating in the form of, there could be a tenderness of breast, or there could be a bloating of the stomach, constipation, backache. If you do have PMS regularly, try to identify that what time of the month, particularly around what days, does it strike you the worst. At that time, I would urge you to drink lots and lots of fluids, avoid salty food, and also hike up on your vitamin C. You should also take vitamin E supplements ideally. Of course, consult first with your physician or your psychiatrist. My next P is another favorite of mine. It's called practicing meditation. Now, meditation isn't as fancy as it sounds. Most people think that it means to empty your mind out completely and not think of anything. In my opinion, mindful meditation is something that is far more easier and important in today's day. Being mindful is just being in the present moment. So even though I'm sitting here, and if I start imagining what I'll be cooking for dinner, I'm not being mindful. So practice mindful meditation. If you're cooking, cook mindfully. If you're playing with your child, play mindfully. If you're spending time with your partner, do that mindfully as well. And it's highly meditative. You can also practice some deep breaths if you're freaking out, or if you just in general want to feel a sense of calm. The next thing I want you to play is with the idea of self-care. We ignore self-care. I know self-care again sounds like a wishful thinking in this lockdown period, but you can practice it in simple ways. So what you can do is put on a nice mask sheet and do all the household chores along with it. What you can do is possibly learn a nice do-it-yourself makeup video or a do-it-yourself project, and that could be self-care related as well, like doing your own manicure. One of my friends asked me how to take the gel nail polish off, considering we're stuck in the lockdown. And well, that's self-care too, learning and practicing. Another important P that I want you to do is pretty up. Yes, put on some makeup every day, even a little bit is fine. So just making your face a little more presentable to yourself, and I mean just the basic, tidying your hair up, putting a little bit of kajal if you'd like, or lipstick if you'd like, or just nail paint once in a while. Prettying up directly relates to better mood, and it's been proven. So please take out time, even in the lockdown, to pretty up. And my final P is something which I find most people not being able to do, but I wish more and more people did it. Please accept that you cannot please everybody. It may seem like you want to achieve everything and that you want to make everyone around you happy, but please accept that you won't be able to do that. And in that quest, if you end up hurting yourself, it's not really worth it. Like I said, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So please accept that not everybody around you can be pleased. So that was me, Dr. Dutta, consultant neuropsychiatrist and life coach with Mind Wellness. I love to deal with people and their emotional health and mental well-being. If you ever have any questions related to how to deal with this in the lockdown period, do shoot them here. I'd be happy to address them and answer them. Thank you.